Fox Sports.
We are the Fourth. We are the Lions.
It's probably the thing that changed my life more than anything, and you know, I'm so proud of them, and I get to watch them grow. I have a boy and a girl, and every day, no matter what happens, I come home and I get to smile watching them, and I love them to death. It's something that takes your mind off of maybe what else is going on in life, and just watching them grow is the coolest thing ever.
Just having kids, it just gives you that extra motivation. You know, everything you do, from waking up in the morning, getting them ready along with my wife, just taking care of them when I come to the field. What I do for a living is just to, help support, I want to support them and give them a great life. So it's just extra motivation, and really you just got to be selfless and make sure you can take care of them, and it's just an amazing feeling.
Being a dad has its own challenges. Like I said, coming home every day, they don't know if you went 0 for 4. They don't know if you lost or made an error or anything. So it's nice to come home and they have smiles on their faces, and it's definitely turned my career around, I think.
On Father's Day, Major League Baseball supports the Home Run Challenge and prostate cancer awareness. It is going to be a spectacular Sunday afternoon in downtown Cleveland, with the temperature soaring into the low 90s. And the Cleveland Indians hoping to avoid being swept at the hands of the Minnesota Twins. Hi again, everyone. Matt Underwood alongside Rick Manning, and a happy Father's Day to all the dads out there watching this afternoon. The Indians, well, they've got some problems right now. One, they're not playing good baseball. Two, they've got injuries, and they continue to mount. They're going to be out without Carlos Carrasco now for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, Carlos threw the breaking ball. Joe Mauer hit it right off his elbow, and obviously in pain right there. He was put on the disabled list, and let's hope he's going to be all right. I don't know if they know exactly the extent of that injury today, but it may shake out in the next day or two, but you can see the welt on his forearm. So Tyler Olson also placed on the 10-day DL for a left lat. So the two moves, Shane Bieber, who is going to start today for the Indians, was recalled from Columbus, as well as Evan Marshall, and they're time to make moves. So, I mean, there's injuries, you got to replace them, and you got to move on.
No, the bullpen has been taxed in the last couple of days, so Marshall at least gives them another arm to go to if needed out of that bullpen. Rick, I don't know what the Indians' plan was as far as pitching to Eddie Rosario when the series began, but they might want to scrap that plan and try something else.
They got to come up with a new game plan. This guy is having a series like Ramirez did against the Tigers last year. He hits everything in sight. He has 6 hits in this series on 7 pitches. Yesterday, he had 4 hits, all on the first pitch. He's doing damage. He's driving in runs. He's hitting the long ball. Either you have to move his feet out of the batter's box, or don't throw him a strike, because he is locked in right now. 16 for 34, 6 homers, 11 ribbies, 12 runs scored. This is the guy, and the one hitting behind him is just as good, and that's another Eddie.
All right, so we'll be back with the play-by-play. Alan Jensen will have the showstopper, and Andre Knott will stop by with a Father's Day story you won't want to miss coming up next. Cleveland Indians baseball is brought to you by Who But WB Mason, the official office supplier of the Cleveland Indians, and by Cleveland Clinic Express Care online. Tap the app for 24/7 virtual visits.
Shane Bieber will make his second Major League start against the same team he made his Major League debut against last month, the Minnesota Twins. Hi again, everybody, and happy Father's Day to all the dads. Along with Jensen Lewis, I'm Al Pulowski. It is just about time to get started today, but let's give you first our showstopper from last night. How about this? Kike Hernandez hit a home run off Madison Bumgarner, the fourth of his career. Can you believe it? Look at his career numbers against Bumgarner.
He's got the best career marks against Mad Bum in all three slash line categories with a minimum of 25 plate appearances. This was a key tie-breaking two-run homer that gave the Dodgers a 3-1 eventual victory. You're right, Al. 15 hits, 4 homers, 5 doubles. I mean, that's pretty good. About as automatic against a guy who's one of the best left-handers in all of baseball history.
It sounds like Eddie Rosario against the Indians this year with the hot bet that he's been swinging. Matt and Rick had the call in the game today. Let's see if we can cool off Eddie Rosario on this Father's Day.
Woo, maybe, I don't know, dunk him in an ice bucket. I don't know. What do you do? This guy's hitting everything in sight, and in particular, he's been jumping on the first pitch in his at-bat, so we'll see if the Indians can change it up a little bit today against Rosario. This is a special day, obviously, for those of us who are dads, a special day for those of us who are simply children who have great fathers. But in particular in baseball, baseball is a family affair in many regards, and at the major league level, we've had the opportunity to see it on a number of different levels with the Alomars, with Sandy Alomar Sr. passing the game down to Sandy Alomar Jr. and his brother Robbie right here with the Indians Ball Club. Well, Andre Knott joins us now with a story of another father-son combo that's paying dividends for the Indians, and our Hear Right sounds of the game.
Thank you very much, Matt, and happy Father's Day to you and Arch as well. It is a great day, and baseball is a family sport. Most of us played our first game of catch with our dad, and I appreciate mine for that. But for Michael Brantley, we see him here every night, and we see that smooth swing, and we see him out in left field. Well, a lot of it goes back to the relationship with his father, Mickey. And even though Mickey played in the majors, baseball wasn't always Michael's favorite sport.
More of, your friends talking about it or somebody mentioning about it. But at the same time, my first love was basketball. Well, I wanted to be a basketball player. I didn't want to be a baseball player, but I had a true love for basketball. I wasn't the tallest guy my freshman year of high school, so I switched sports my freshman year of high school to concentrate solely on baseball. I played both, but I think I chose the right path, I think.
He's a good dad. I've always put my kids first, and he's learned to put his kids first. I think we have a lot of similarities in there, but I have my beautiful grandkids. They bad. Now, don't get it wrong. They bad. But I enjoy and love him, and I'm really very proud of him.
Just to have him as my support, just knowing that he's there to play in front of him. As a kid that he traveled a lot and he was in Major League Baseball, he wasn't always at the Little League games or high school games. So when it was there, it was always special. And it's the same way now. He gets to see a lot more games, which I'm very much appreciative of. And anytime he's there, it's just a little more extra special for me.
Well, I whoop his butt in fishing. There's no question about that. He'll tell you that. Oh, yeah. But we talk baseball. We talk pretty much every day. Just kind of reinforcing, he gives me an idea of what he's thinking, where he's at, and I kind of confirm yes or no, and we work from there.
You always say he's a better fisherman. You always say he's a better fisherman. He's been a better fisherman the last few years because I haven't been able to fish like I like to because I had a couple operations. But no, he's a very good fisherman. I'll never tell him that to his face, so I'll put it on camera, but he's a very good fisherman as well.
Thank you, Andre. You can see the similarities. You can also see the differences. Mickey, everything's at a frenetic pace with him. It's like a rapid-fire machine gun. Dr. Smooth is laid back and easy going.
That's the teacher, man. You got to listen to the teacher.
Right,
he can fish, and I believe it. All right, let's check out Shane Bieber, who's going to be our Northern Ohio Honda starting pitcher for the Tribe today, making his second Major League start. And again, it's coming against the Minnesota Twins. In his last outing, he started against the Twins. He allowed 4 runs on 8 hits, a couple of homers in 5 2/3 innings. It was a no decision, so we'll see how he fares this afternoon.
For Paul Molitor and the Minnesota Twins, Joe Mauer in the leadoff spot, followed by the red-hot Eddie Rosario and then Eduardo Escobar. Logan Morrison, Brian Dozier, and Robbie Grossman in the middle. Max Kepler, Mitch Garver, and Ere Adrianza batting ninth. In the season series, Minnesota has ripped off 10 first-inning runs against Cleveland, and they have scored in the first inning in each of the first 2 games of this series. Shane Bieber's first pitch is just a bit high, ball 1.
The first start that Bieber had against these Twins, we noticed that he could keep the fastball down right at the knees. He was moving it in and out. First 2 pitches today have been upstairs.
Fastball, bottom part of the strike zone, 2-1 to Joe Mauer. Mauer missed almost a month on the disabled list with a neck injury. From May 19th to just before this series began, June 15th, he was activated. Cost him 25 games. He looks at another pitch outside, and it's 3-1. Fly ball left field. Back goes Rajay Davis. This ball's carrying today, and it's high off the wall. And into second base with a leadoff double is Joe Mauer.
Well, you get a 3-1 count, and he's throwing all fastballs at that point. Mauer sometimes will take, but he jumped on this fastball, and it's not down. It's up out over the plate, and it is hot, it is humid, and the ball will carry today. So we'll see. You may have to have your hitting shoes on again. So Mauer starts it off with a double, his 8th of the year.
Well, Eddie Rosario with a man in scoring position. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it back.
They may want to try and not throw him a strike for the first pitch.
Well, that wasn't a strike, but he still swung at it.
Because it was upstairs.
Rosario, 5th in the American League in batting average, hitting .323. Tied for 6th with 46 runs batted in. And a foul right back. It's 0-2.
You know, guys, Tito said last night that they didn't want to throw him strikes early in the count, but as we talked about yesterday, he's 19th in baseball in hitting balls out of the strike zone. So as Tito told me today, you can go out of the strike zone, but he's feeling so good right now, you got to throw it completely out of the strike zone to get him not to swing.
Now the 0-2. Up and away.
Yeah, this is the deepest he's gone into any count. Out of the 6 hits he has in this series, they've come on 7 pitches. Only one time he hit a second pitch for a hit.
Swung out and missed. Shane Bieber strikes him out with a good fastball. Up and in with the heater. 1 away.
Well, let's check out the sequence. Matter of fact, first one's going to be up and out of the zone, but he got after it. It was a breaking ball out there, and then he goes with a good fastball in. Missed with one. That's the breaking ball, and then come back with a good heater. Elevated it, got him to swing through it. So he is human. Strikeout number 1 for Bieber.
But now Eduardo Escobar, who leads baseball with 27 doubles on the year. And he looks at a fastball for strike 1. Escobar, in the last 13 games that he has played against the Indians, has hit .321 with 5 doubles and 3 home runs. He sends this one high and deep to left. Back is Raj. He's looking up. It's off the wall. Twins will take the lead again. Escobar into second base with an RBI double. They've scored in the first inning now in all 3 games in the series.
Yeah, and amazing. He left a breaking ball up, and this guy, he doesn't miss him. And he's a doubles machine. There's a breaking ball up, out over the plate. That's his 28th double. Well, Minnesota will score early. One more time. That's Escobar's 45th RBI as well.
He had a 2-run double in the first inning yesterday. Now Logan Morrison. He had 2 doubles in yesterday's victory over the Indians. The 2-hit performance yesterday for Morrison, the exception to the rule on the year, scuffling at the plate. You saw his season numbers, last 25 games hitting his 175. One ball, one strike. Just underway here at Progressive Field. 88 degrees our game time temperature, but it is very humid. That temperature expected to rise throughout the afternoon. Morrison pops it up, foul, out of play. It has not been a good start to the homestand so far for the Indians. Minnesota won in convincing fashion Friday night 6-3, beating Corey Kluber. And then yesterday, Carlos Carrasco was knocked out early, placed on the disabled list this morning with a contusion on the elbow after he was struck by a line drive. They won yesterday 9-3. Strike 3 called. Morrison's out looking, 2 down. Storylines today are brought to you by Wayside Furniture. Nothing new at the top. The Eddy twins, Rosario and Escobar, and already an impact in the game. And Shane Bieber making a second major league start against the same club that he made his debut against. Brian Dozier, 1 for his last 27, steps in. Breaking ball misses outside. What we had heard about Shane Bieber when he was called up initially was that this guy is a strike throwing machine, and he bore that out. The first 4 innings against Minnesota, he only gave up 2 hits and struck out 5, and he was really cruising along in command. Then he tired a little bit in the 5th and 6th innings and admitted so afterwards. And Minnesota got to him, scoring 4 runs.
I was very impressed by him, but how he was able to keep that fastball down at the knees. And you know, we didn't see a lot of breaking balls early, but in this first inning, we've seen more than we did in his last start. And you know, every start's different. Hopefully he can reel it in a little bit. The breaking ball has been upstairs for him so far in the first.
Swung on and missed. Dozier, he chased one that bounced in front of the plate, and the count evens at 2-2.
Well, here you see, even though it may not look like a good pitch, you get the hitter to swing at it. That breaking ball, you want it down, because if he can throw his fastball down and they don't see the spin on it, they may go after that pitch.
The 2-2. Struck him out looking with a fastball. Saw Shane Bieber strikes out 3 in the first, but a pair of doubles have the Twins in front early, 1-0.
The Indians this year, the Northern Ohio Hyundai starting pitcher, and on the year he's 3-3 with a 4.19 ERA. What the Indians did to him last time, they jumped him early. They didn't let him spot his fastball on the first pitch, took advantage of him, and they roughed him up. He left that ball game losing 8-0.
Indians starting 9 for Terry Francona, brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Lindor, Brantley, Ramirez, Edwin, Lonnie, and Yan, then Naquin, Gonzalez, and Davis. Odorizzi's fastball is in there for a strike. Francisco Lindor, 2 for 10 in the series, but over his last 7 games has collected 11 hits, picking up the pace. He is 3rd in the American League with 23 doubles. Big curveball misses up high. Yesterday, late afternoon start, led off the game for the 4th time this year with a home run.
Hit a changeup out of the ballpark. Did a nice job of going down and hitting.
Squibbed off the end of the bat to 3rd. Easy play for Escobar.
Let's set the Twins defense for you. In the outfield from left to right, it'll be Rosario, it'll be Kepler and Grossman. On the infield, 3rd to 1st, it'll be Escobar, Adrianza, Dozier, and Mauer, with Garver behind the plate.
Michael Brantley. He's DHing today. Overall, the 7th best batting average in the American League. Low fastball for a strike. Twins have, for the most part, held him in check in this series. He's 1 for 7.
Well, in Odorizzi's 2 starts against the Indians this year, they have homered 5 times. He started in Puerto Rico against them in the first game, and they hit the 3 home runs. Last start, they got him for 2. And he's not a guy that takes you deep into a ball game either. He's pretty much around a 5-inning pitcher.
Right back to him, 2 down. Great clip of the game from yesterday. Jose Ramirez, who also homered in the 1st inning. But that was it offensively for the Indians. They would manage only 1 run the rest of the way. Outside, 2-0.
Looks like he doesn't want a whole lot to do with Ramirez. Ramirez 3 for 9 in his career against Odorizzi.
Swing and a miss, full count. And the payoff pitch is a little high, ball 4. So the Indians get a base runner with 2 down in the inning, and it will give Edwin Encarnacion a chance to bat. The Indians so far in the month of June are 6-8. And in those 14 games, they have been held to 3 runs or less 8 times.
Yeah.
And therein lies the problem. They just have not been able to score and give the pitching staff some breathing room.
Hitting with runners in scoring position has left them. It has left them. Since that last start, and I think it was with Odorizzi on the mound in Minnesota when they jumped them early. They had an 8-0 lead in that ball game. They ended up having to win that game 9-8.
Yeah.
You know, and then Minnesota won them the next 3 games because they were scoring. But that was the last time the offense really, you know, put together really solid at bats with runners in scoring position.
So far in the month of June, Arch, the team batting average with runners in scoring position has dropped 20 points just in the 14 games in the month of June.
There you go. 2 weeks. That's.
They were surging. They were going the other way at the end of May, going up, and
right.
all of a sudden the bottom has fallen out in June. The 1-0. But as Terry Francona said, look, that is cyclical in nature.
It comes and it goes.
And you have to be able to ride it out, whether that means stealing a base, hitting a home run, pitching better, playing better defense. You have to overcome it somehow.
Well, sometimes you're going to have to win games 3-2 or low-scoring games when it's not there, but you need that pitching to step up. For the most part, the starters have been pretty solid all year long. Except against these Twins. These Twins have done some damage offensively. They've had a hard time against everybody else but Cleveland.
Well, to your point, Minnesota is 6-2 against the Indians. And they have won 5 in a row. And in those 5 consecutive wins, they've scored at least 6 runs in every game. And even that game you just talked about, the game where the Indians had the 8-0 lead and had to come back and win it 9-8. The Twins scored 8 in that one. So they have, for whatever reason, they've had no problem solving the Indians pitching staff to this point. But as well as Minnesota has played against Cleveland, they still sit 5 games below the break-even point.
Yeah, they've only won 1 series this year, or a sweep, and that was a 2-game series against the Cardinals.
Edwin drives the ball to center field. Back goes Max Kepler, makes the catch, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, 1 left. After 1, it's Minnesota 1, Cleveland nothing.
Davis in left, Naquin in center, Chisenhall in right, Ramirez at third, Lindor at short, Eric Gonzalez is at second, Encarnacion at first, with Gomes catching.
Second inning here at Progressive Field. Shane Bieber goes to work against Robbie Grossman. Swings at the first pitch, pops it up, foul ground, maybe playable. Ramirez to the railing, makes the catch, and he hangs on for out number 1.
Wow.
Dynamite play by Hosey. The key, get to the railing first and then reach as far as you can.
That was like a snow cone too. He needed every stitch of that glove to hang on to it. Watch, he gets right to the corner over there and then reaches in, and it's halfway hanging out, and he gets the bare hand to take it out quickly. Really a nice play.
Max Kepler takes a strike. Kepler 1 for 9 in the series with a double. Just 7 hits in his last 17 games. To left field, Rajay Davis. Finally a routine play for Raj. 2 down. Arcia drive to success. Twins have won 5 straight against the Indians. Why? Well, they've scored a lot of runs. 7 a game usually puts you in pretty good shape. Two down for Mitch Garver. Minnesota catcher's gone 1 for 16 against the Indians. And takes a strike. Nice change of pace. And it's 0-2. Shane Bieber features a fastball, curveball, slider, and a change. A 4th round pick of the Indians just 2 summers ago. And a soft line drive base hit to right field for Garver. He went right with the pitch.
It looked like it was a breaking ball away. I don't know if he got it down, but an 0-2 pitch. Well, it's Father's Day, so give Dad the gift of baseball with MLB TV. He can watch baseball live or on demand on his favorite supported devices, and you can save 50% off through today. So you better do it today if you want your 50% discount. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB TV for the details.
Ray Adrianza, 2 for 7 in the series with a double. And the pitch is down low, ball 1. I don't know if you'd want to classify Shane Bieber as a late bloomer, but consider that he was a 4th round pick of the Indians, but he went to UC Santa Barbara as a walk-on. Growing up in Laguna Hills, California, the laid-back Southern California personality. 1-1 pitch and a base hit through the hole on the right side. Garver's going to try for 3rd. Here's the throw by Lonnie. Cut off.
Beautiful.
And they've got the runner caught and run down between 1st and 2nd. Now the runner at 3rd's trying to break home. Lindor's going to run him back to 3rd. Now he's got him dead to right. And the inning is over. Well executed by Francisco Lindor. And the Twins literally run themselves out of the inning. Heads up defensive play.
Well, I'll tell you what, the play was started by Chisnell. He didn't have a chance at the guy at third, but he hit his cutoff man. And then you'll see where Lindor cuts it, throws back. They got the rundown. Now he peeks back at third, and all he does is hold the ball and run him back and make the runner commit. He never even had to make that little toss heading to third. They get out of the inning. Really field awareness there by Lindor. Chisnell doing his thing, hitting the cutoff man. Well done. They get out of the inning.
And Lonnie Chisnell will lead off the home half of the second. Lonnie in his last 10 games batting .364. He has 3 doubles, 3 runs batted in, and 3 runs scored since coming back from the disabled list. To left field, Rosario. Long run, can't get it, and it goes by him. He tumbled to the turf. Lonnie's got a chance for a triple. In fact, he'll go in standing. A leadoff triple here in the second.
First triple by Chisenhall this year. He got a ball out over the plate, and it's tailing away from Rosario, but he goes ahead to try to make the dive and misses. And once it gets by him, it's all on him. He had no chance at catching that ball. Maybe a mistake. Let it bounce and give him the single, but instead he turns it into a triple. The leadoff man aboard, and a good chance for the Indians to get on the board.
Infield is back. Yan Gomes, 4 for 8 in the series with a home run. And he takes a breaking ball inside, 1-0. Down low 2-0. Gomes has been the Indians' best hitter in the month of June. In 11 games, he's hit .324. 3 homers, 8 runs driven in. Grounded to third, but just foul. And the count evens at 2-2. Odorizzi's made 23 pitches. 11 balls, 12 strikes. Up and away, full count. So now he's 50-50. Gomes has been very patient in the at-bat. 3 on the left side of the infield for Minnesota. Tyler Naquin waiting on deck. And the payoff pitch is swung on and missed. Good fastball. Located just off the outside edge. And it's his first strikeout, 1 down.
Well, it's just a fastball, and he's going to, let's see where it is, full count. That's a tough pitch. I can see going after it. He just couldn't put it in play. So he gets out number 1.
And the shame of it is if he could have just poked it to the right side of the infield, it would have been a base hit with nobody home.
Sometimes that's all it takes is a little ground ball to get a run home, but you have to make contact for that to happen.
Infield still back for Minnesota with 1 out. And Tyler Naquin takes a pitch outside, ball 1. Naquin activated at the start of the homestand after that left hamstring sidelined him for almost a month. And he serves it into left field. An RBI single ties the game.
That's a beautiful swing there. Tyler Naquin again. He did it last night with a going that way. Why not take that approach in that swing? He gets the job done, ties the ball game, gets his 13th RBI. He's going to see a pitch away. That one was off the plate, but he's concentrating, and you can tell he let that ball track deep into the zone and just kept his hands back and serves it out there to left field. Base hit, tie ball game.
Well, Tyler coming into this game today, and granted he's missed a lot of time, but a .390 average at home. Like so many Indians hitters, they've really swung the bat well at Progressive Field. Now Eric Gonzalez. And he takes a strike. Hopefully the Indians getting the monkey off their back early will help. Getting that first hit with a runner in scoring position to tie the game. Eric Gonzalez making his 4th consecutive start. He was at second base, then first base, then shortstop, and now back at second base. If Tito would have decided to give Jose Ramirez a day at DH, he would have had the infield covered in 4 consecutive games.
Well, that's what he was supposed to do. We thought yesterday was play third base, but I think they changed their mind and put him at second today.
Fastball up and out of the strike zone. Gonzalez goes after it, and he goes down swinging, 2 away.
Well, when you look at Odorizzi, his distribution, 51% fastballs. He has the slider. The splitter's that one pitch that you look at, the bottom will fall out of, where he'll change the eye level to the hitters. The curveball, which he rarely throws, and the changeup, which he rarely throws.
Rajai Davis. Over his last 7 games that he has played in, 3 of which were starts, Raj is 5 for 16 with a homer, 4 runs scored, 4 stolen bases. And he fights it off, shoots it into right field. Naquin around second. He'll have to hold right there. So 2 on, 2 out. Back to the top of the order in Francisco Lindor. Just fights it off, bloops it into shallow right field.
Yeah, muscled that ball out. Fastball coming inside. There you go. Base hit. 3 hits in the inning now. Keeps it going and turns it over to the top part of the lineup.
Well, Lindor rounded out his first time up. But he has thrived in these situations, batting .345 with runners in scoring position. Upstairs, ball 1. 3 hits in the inning. Outside, he missed. And it's 2-0. Fastball nails the outside corner.
Yeah, not what you're looking for in a 2-0 count. Made a good pitch.
And that's outside. 3-1. Michael Brantley waiting on deck, and Odorizzi laboring here in this second inning. He's throwing a lot of pitches.
Well, this a base hit here could go a long way. Get that 2-out base hit with a runner in scoring position. Already 3 hits in the inning.
Swing and a miss, full count.
You look at all the hits going the opposite way. Chisenhall's triple was to left field. Naquin's base hit to left center field. Davis muscled one up and went the other way.
Well, Davis, with good speed, will be off on this 3-2 pitch to Lindor. There they go. Swung on and missed. He strikes him out. So how do you like that? Odorizzi gives up 3 hits in the inning, but he strikes out 3. We got a 1-1 game through 2.
Starting tomorrow, and it'll be through Wednesday. Grab a $15 district ticket. That's presented by Sports Time Ohio, and enjoy an afternoon at the ballpark for Wednesday's 1:10 start. Visit Indians.com for your tickets.
Top of the order for Minnesota here in the third. Joe Mauer will lead it off. Missed inside, and the count is 2-1 to Mauer.
This is what the Twins have been waiting for, is getting Mauer back and getting him into that lineup, because he's a guy that takes a lot of pitches. His on base percentage is good because he walks a lot and creates some traffic for the guys hitting behind him.
A rare 3-1 count.
He had the 3-1 count on him last time, and he hit the double off the wall in left field. Tried to do the same thing there.
Shane Bieber's payoff pitch. And a big bouncing ball towards second base. In between Hop, but Gonzalez fields it cleanly. And there's one down. Take a look at our stat of the game. It's brought to you by Buick.
Stage there's Davidson's killed the Royals. Pollock, the Dodgers, he got hot there, and it's the same thing here. Rosario with 6.
Shane Bieber struck him out his first time up. Starts him off with a good breaking ball, and it's strike 1.
I think that's the first pitch he's taken all series.
The 0-1. Well, after he struck him out his first time up, it gave him pause to think, and so now he goes fastball,
nice
or a breaking ball, and then changeup.
Yeah, great changeup, well located right there.
And he pops him straight up. Back of the dish. Gomes has room. 2 down. Now Shane Bieber, it's not that anyone would be foolish enough to compare him to Corey Kluber, but Terry Francona said essentially that he has the same amount of disdain for the walk that Corey Kluber has. In his college career, he averaged 1 walk per 9 innings. And last year, in his first full season in the Indians organization, he averaged less than a walk. A half a walk, if you will, per 9 innings. And this year, he kept up that pace early on. In his 30 innings of work at Akron, he walked 1 guy, and then he gets called up to Columbus. He went 4 straight starts without walking anybody.
Yeah, he ended up. He was 3-1 with a 138 in 7 starts at AAA. So he throws strikes, good things happen, but they have to be quality strikes.
Yeah, Escobar all tied up in knots on that swing. It's 0-2. Lays off the breaking ball. 1-2. Fastball hit well. Deep center. Long run, and he won't get it as Naquin. And it hops over the fence for a double. So Escobar is 2 for 2 with 2 doubles.
Three extra base hits now for Escobar. And everything this guy hits is hard, and this one bounces over the fence. So a pair of doubles for him today, give him 29 on the year. But it comes with 2 outs.
Logan Morrison called out on strikes his first time up. Looks at a ball outside. I think that at bat by Escobar is a good example of how young pitchers, you have to experience it to really learn it. People can tell you things like when you face a major league hitter, you know, you don't just rear back and maybe challenge him with a fastball. If you see him chase, go ahead and see if they'll chase again, throw that breaking ball and out of the strike zone. But you have to see him do it maybe and say, oh, okay, now I get it.
Well, yeah, when you miss, you want to miss off the plate if you can. You want to stay away from the middle.
Yeah, when you get to 2 strikes, you don't want to make too good of a pitch.
Right. 2 strikes. Good hitters up here when they're rolling, like Escobar is swinging the bat, and even Rosario. You've got to make quality pitches. And if they hit the ball hard somewhere, hopefully it's at one of your defenders.
Well, as hot as they are right now, you can make a quality pitch and still make it.
Well, that's true too.
Three and 1 the count.
You know, but as a pitcher, you still have to stay aggressive. You can't be intimidated and say, oh man, these guys are the big leagues, they're hitters. You have to stay aggressive. They're going to get their share of hits, but you don't help them and maybe put them in hitters counts.
And a walk issued here with 2 down. So with 2 down, there are 2 on, and now Brian Dozier coming to the plate.
Well, Bieber has thrown 10 out of 13 first pitch strikes.
Try to go to a curveball, looked like it. Cut under it, 1-0. Sends a high fly ball, shallow right. In comes Lonnie Chisenhall, makes the catch. No runs, a hit, 2 left. Middle of the third, 1-1 our score. A 3-game series against the White Sox. Trevor Bauer faces Dylan Covey. And Indians Live begins our coverage at 6:30. First pitch just after 7. Swing into summer on Sports Time Ohio and Fox Sports Go, presented by Click It or Ticket. Home half of the third, and Michael Brantley will lead it off for Cleveland. Brantley sent a liner right back to the mound his first time up, caught by the pitcher, Jake Odorizzi. It's ball socked to deep right field, and it's over the head of Grossman. He'll play it off the wall, then fumbles around with it. Brantley's in the second with a leadoff double.
Well, Michael wasn't going to spot him that first pitch heater that time, and he jumped on it.
Mickey loves it.
It gets over his head, man. I mean, this is a vicious line drive that Grossman cannot catch up to. Short hops the wall. Double number 14 for Michael. Dad says good job.
And Jose Ramirez to the plate. He walked his first time up. Tied for the lead in extra base hits with 42. And it's in the dirt smothered by Garver. Mike Trout of the Angels also with 42 extra base hits. Except Eduardo Escobar now with 2 is taken over both of them. He started the day at third with 41. So Jose now playing catch up. Little chopper to first. The flip. 1 down. Brantley to third. So the go ahead run 90 feet away with 1 out. Check in now with Gabriela Cruz on what's coming up on this homestand.
Secure your Jose Ramirez, Jim Thome, and batting practice jersey by getting a promo pass. For an additional service fee, promo passes guarantee that you will get your promotional item no matter what time you show up at the ballpark. Visit Indians.com/promo pass for more details.
Thank you, Gabriela. All right, now here's Edwin Encarnacion. Fly to deep center to end the first inning. Minnesota shifts 3 on the right side of the infield. And it's outside, ball 1. Joe Mauer on the right side of the infield is playing not even with the bag. Everybody else is back. Chop foul. Oh man, almost picked off Andre. Got his water bottle or his phone. Oh, his fan. He's got a fan. Come on, man. I think he broke it.
I know the fan's gone. This will be for Father's Day.
That's your Father's Day gift?
That was my Father's Day gift.
And Edwin broke it.
He's hit me before, so I'll take the fan over me.
Right field, slicing down the line, and foul. Andre's Father's Day present. Down the tubes. Missed inside and low, full count. Lonnie Chisenhall waiting on deck. Odorizzi fires and it's outside, ball 4. And so that's going to bring up Lonnie Chisenhall. And Andre, you were joking around before the game with Lonnie Chisenhall about his spot in the batting order. What did he say to you?
He basically said, yeah, they picked it from a hat and they luckily put me up there. You know, I think a lot of people have looked at the bottom of the order. We've talked about it, not the bottom of the order, but after the 4-hitter, there's been some ups and downs. I think Lonnie takes it as a chance to show that he can hit up there. And he knows that Tito's kind of looking for a spark after the 4th batter. So he joked about it, but he's taking it serious. He said, I'm going to go up there and be aggressive and try to drive some guys in and make Tito look smart for putting me there.
Well, he tripled his first time up. Came around to score the tying run. Now a chance to put the Indians ahead. Fastball just above the belt. And he kept it in on him.
Lonnie hitting .250 on the year with runners in scoring position.
Up high, 1-1. Infield, double play depth. You see him right up the middle there. It's about as straight up as you'll see any defense play any hitter. And it's up and in, 2-1. "51 pitches. He's thrown one more strike than he has balls today."
Yeah, and they're playing up the middle. They want a double play ball, but he's only thrown 2 ground balls today. Usually a fly ball pitcher, and Lonnie looking to hit something in the air.
And that one missed in off the plate. 3-1.
See the patience here. Encarnacion had a very good at bat to draw the walk. They didn't give in. They didn't expand their zone. They're putting the pressure on him and making him throw strikes. And he doesn't want to unless he has to. Well, he better soon.
And that fastball was tailing away. And it almost looked like Lonnie had made up his mind. He was going to try to pull this pitch. Just couldn't get to it.
Yeah, you have the count in your favor. It was off the plate a little bit. That's where the patience comes in. That was a tough one to try and go get.
1 down, 1st and 3rd. 3-2 pitch. And he stays alive.
Looking for their first hit with 2 strikes as a hitter today.
Again, the 3-2. And Lonnie pulls it foul. And a nice catch by a fan who brought his mitt with him. Well done, sir. Well done.
Lonnie gets the hands inside here on that pitch that was in. And had to pull it foul.
Another foul back. So 3 straight. Fouled away on the 3-2 count. Ninth pitch of the at-bat. And just swing
splitter.
To try and fight it off.
Yeah, he's been pumping the fastball and he's been able to foul it off. This time he goes with a splitter. That ball goes down a little bit, so Chiz did a good job to foul it off and stay alive again.
And now the 10th pitch of this at bat. Ball 4, and they are loaded. Back-to-back walks by Odorizzi, who is just flat out laboring here this afternoon. The Indians have only scored a run off of him, but Garvin Alston, the pitching coach, will come out for a chat.
Well, for Odorizzi coming into this game, he's made 14 starts, this being number 15. He has 8 no decisions on the year in his last 6 starts. He's 0-1 with 5 no decisions. Now, their offense hasn't scored when he's been on the mound a whole lot. He doesn't get a lot of run support. But, you know, and I told you at the start, he's going to be a 5-inning pitcher. He's only pitched 6 innings a few times this year. The last time he pitched 6 innings was May 14th. 4 times he's pitched 6 innings. That's the longest of the year. So they know When that pitch count rises, that's going to shorten his day. He could turn into a 5-inning pitcher here, and if they could get a base hit, he might not even make it to the 5th.
Well, Yan Gomes will be the batter. Gomes looking for his first hit of the year in a bases loaded situation. 0 for 4. He was patient his first time up with a runner at third, nobody out, but ultimately the at-bat ended without putting the ball in play, struck out swinging.
Yeah, and that teaser pitch off the plate, you know, by about a ball width.
3 to the left side of the infield. Mauer's by himself on the right side. Up and away, 2-0. Michael Brantley is at third base. Edwin Encarnacion at second. Lonnie Chisenhall down at first. A hot, steamy Sunday afternoon in downtown Cleveland. Temperature near 90 degrees. And it's 3-0. He takes, and it's just barely a strike on the outside part of the plate. 3-1. Gomes 4 for 9 in the series. Trying to give the Indians a lead here in the third. Fastball, threw it by him in a full count.
Well, that's how we got him last time, was a fastball. Cut down your swing, put it in play. He had a fastball to hit and swings through it. Six full counts now for Odorizzi.
And the 3-2. Drilled. Deep center field. Kepler racing back. Won't get it. One hops the wall. Brantley scores. Encarnacion is home. Here comes Chisenhall. A 3-run double for Yan Gomes. The Indians have their first lead in the series.
Well, Gomes gets a fastball down, but it's right down Broadway, and he took advantage of it. He knew what to do with it. Smokes it to left center field. Gets his 11th double, and everybody knew that was going to land, so you could be off and running. He will clear the bases. It is now a 4-1 Tribe lead. Good job.
The Indians on top 4-1. Minnesota scoring first in all 3 games in this series, but in the first 2 games the Indians were never able to put together a response. Here today they've now scored 4 unanswered.
Well,
since the Eduardo Escobar double in the top of the first.
Start walking guys and getting too fine and starting to be a little too picky. You walked Encarnacion. Chisenhall had a good at bat. He ended up walking. Sets the table for Gomes, and he got a big hit when needed.
Tyler Naquin, an RBI single in the second inning. Really nice piece of hitting. Took the pitch away and just slapped it into left field. You know, it's funny. Usually when you see a guy miss that much time, it takes a while to get their feet going again, and it's like they just dropped him right back in. He never missed a beat.
Well, that's good. That's being ready.
Well, I guess what it is maybe going to AAA and really using that rehab time and using it wisely and truly getting yourself ready, as opposed to, well, yeah, you got enough bats, you good? Let's go, get back in there.
Get into game action. He maintained his stroke, and he's been going the other way, and he came back with that same approach that has worked for him before, so good for him. Yeah, you don't want to be out there laboring like Odorizzi is right now on a day as hot and humid as it is.
Tom O'Shenek says Jake Odorizzi had not given up a run in the third inning of any of his 14 starts. Two. All the way to the backstop. And down to third base goes Yan Gomes on the wild pitch.
Well, that certainly had to slip out of his hand because Garver could not even get up to knock it down. So Naquin moves up. It's now another full count, number 7 for Odorizzi. And look at the 31 pitches in this third. Still just 1 out. Infield will come in.
Tyler Naquin with Eric Gonzalez on deck. The 3-2 pitch. A little slow chopper to short. And Naquin is erased 2 down.
Yan Gomes gets a ball down the middle about 105 miles an hour off the bat. Smoked it into the gap in left center field. And drives him in. Clears the bases.
Eric Gonzalez struck out his only time up in the second inning. The Indians, over their last 8 games, were batting 162 as a team with runners in scoring position. But today they are 2 for 6. And that has led directly to a 4-1 advantage. Back out of play. Odorizzi strikes him out for the second time today, and the inning is over. But not before Yan Gomes cleans up the bases with a 3-run double, and the Indians are up 4-1. A lot of the dads got to bring their kids to work. That's Chase, AJ, Dash, Hadley, Bella.
Hello. They're waving. Go well.
Chase Pulowski, AJ Knott, and then Dashy and Hadley Murphy and Bella Knott. I tell you what, I don't know who gets credit for, but keeping those kids still and pleasant and not killing each other for however long to take that shot, that they should get an award.
They came into Tommy's bag for super glue before, so they could get to the seats.
Base hit to right field for Robbie Grossman, and the Twins get their leadoff man aboard for the second time in 4 innings against Shane Bieber.
There she is. That's how they sat there, Leah. He's looking for daddy. Not going to find him here, not till after the game.
Max Kepler fly to left his only time up in the 2nd inning. I remember when my kids were that age, maybe a little bit older, and the first time they came to a game and sat in the suite, by far the highlight of the game was when they rolled the dessert cart into the suite.
That usually is the best time. You're right. For all kids and even grown-ups.
That's all they talked about after the games. Dad, you should have seen the dessert cart. Kepler jam pops it to center field, and Naquin will make the catch, 1 away. Injury report brought to you by the attorneys at Elk and Elk. Evan Longoria, the former Tampa Bay third baseman, now with the Giants, has a fracture of his left hand. Matt Chapman of the A's right across the bay. I don't know if it's a fracture, but he's also got a hand injury. Jorge Soler. Soler does have a fracture in his left foot. So, man.
And Fultonovich has been a very good pitcher for Atlanta this year.
Mitch Garver singled to right his only time up. Bieber throws a breaking ball in there for a strike.
Yeah, he hit a 0-2 base hit to right field in his first at bat. Breaking ball away. He was able to slap it the other way when he was down.
The 0-1 offering. And a fastball, good one in there for a strike.
Yeah, good on the inside part of the plate. So once again, an 0-2 count.
Bieber's 0-2 pitch. Got him looking. Just threw a low dart for his 4th strikeout of the afternoon. Well, Shane Bieber had called up to make today's start because Adam Pletko, who was supposed to start, had to come in out of the bullpen yesterday. Carlos Carrasco's on the DL. Andre, do we have any more clarity? We know the next 3 starters against Chicago, it's going to be Bauer, Clevenger, Kluber. Do we have any clarity as to what they do going forward beyond that?
No, there's not a ton of clarity right now. I think we'll know more tomorrow afternoon after they actually get Cookie imaged. He has not been imaged yet because of the swelling in that elbow. They know that he won't start obviously over the next 10 days, but there's a chance you could see both Bieber and Pletko pitch over the next week. Now they do have the off day on Thursday, and Tito says he's going to stand by the right of changing things with that off day. But as of now, we will not know probably until we get to the ballpark here tomorrow.
Okay. Ere Adrianza. Base hit his only time up in the second. Takes a strike. "40 of 59 pitches for Bieber have been strikes." High fly ball. Right field routine. Lonnie Chisenhall, although the sun is making it a little difficult out there today. Leadoff hit, and then he sets him down 1-2-3. Middle of the fourth, 4-1 Cleveland.
Military by sharing a photo or video with hashtag Hats Off for Heroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans.
"4-1. Cleveland leads it, bottom of the fourth inning. Rajai Davis, Frankie Lindor, Michael Brantley due up.
We'll see how Odorizzi comes out this inning after a real long, stressful inning in the third.
Ground ball to first. Mauer gets it to Odorizzi, one away. Well, once again, we're participating in the home run challenge. Every home run and strikeout in the game raises money for prostate cancer research. Since the start of the month, $2.4 million have been raised in the challenge. You can make a pledge. Go online to homerunchallenge.org. Lindor 0 for 2, has grounded out and struck out today. Now the 2-0. It has to amaze you sometimes when you think about how far the game has come. When you look at Francisco Lindor and his shoe company, New Balance, sent him a fancy pair of shoes just for today's game, just to wear on Father's Day. You were lucky to get, what, a couple of pairs a year?
Yeah, much different then. Another walk, that's a 4th.
But a lot of the guys have specific shoes just for this Father's Day affair. The light blue color adorning the shoes. Frankie's, now those are stylish though. Look at that. Automobiles.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do with them? You give them away, you donate them, you know, for charity. You probably won't wear them again.
No, he won't wear those again, Arch. I'll see if he'll bring you a pair since you only got 2.
No, I didn't need any.
But I feel bad for Tony and the guys back in the back because before the game, these guys only wear these shoes once a year, but they're all trying to get them stretched out. They're all trying to see which ones fit them best. It's an adventure when there's a special day and these guys get to do this.
Pulled foul. That's true because, Rick, even go back to your days, the worst thing you could do is just grab a pair right out of the box and throw them on and go play, right? You want to break them in to some degree.
It didn't matter. They lasted. They were built a little differently, structured. They were all leather. You know, it was different. They were heavier.
Oh, 1 pitch. Down low.
For Odorizzi, the first time through the lineup, it took him 33 pitches to get through it. The second time, 45.
Brantley doubled and scored in the 3rd. Came in with the 4th best home batting average in the league. He's hit better than .360 right here in Cleveland. Double play ball here. 4 in the books, 4-1 Cleveland. By the 2019 Kia Sorento, the perfect getaway vehicle. Visit KiaDealers.com to learn more. And by Levin Furniture. For the best deals on furniture and mattresses, shop Levin's. Mickey Brantley having a ball watching his son Michael on this Father's Day here in Cleveland. Michael contributing with a leadoff double in the 3rd, and what turned out to be a game changer for the Indians as they would score 3 times in the inning to take their first lead in the series. Joe Mauer leading off for the 3rd time today. He led off the game with a double and scored the Twins' only run on the 1st. He led off the 3rd, grounding out to second base. Now leading off again here in the 5th. And Shane Bieber's 62nd pitch of the day is a ground ball right at Eric Gonzalez. One away.
Now, you look at Shane Bieber. We're going to take a look at his pitches. Here's the fastball that he's throwing in slow-mo. There's one he throws by Rosario up above the belt. Here's a slider. And also the change, which will go down and away. He's got 7 outs on, make that 8 now on 3 pitches or less. He's at 6 0-2 counts, and he's been very consistent. First time through the order 30 pitches, second time 31.
Eddie Rosario is 0 for 2 today. Shane Bieber struck him out in the first inning, and he fouled out right at home plate in the third. When Rosario faced Bieber back in Minnesota, he had an opposite field single his first time up. Then he flied to center and was called out on strikes his last time facing the right-hander. He strokes this one into right field, and he's 1 for 3 on the afternoon.
Comes up with the breaking ball right there, hit on the down and in pitch. So a 1-out single for Rosario.
Eduardo Escobar is 2 for 2. He has doubled twice. He doubled off the wall and left for an RBI in the first. He doubled with 2 outs and the bases empty to deep center field, just to the right of straightaway center in the third.
Took the lead in extra base hits with his 2 doubles today.
To first, it hit the bag. Down the line it goes. Rosario's headed for third. Lonnie's up with it. He'll throw it to the cutoff man. And the Twins have second and third with 1 out here in the 5th.
Third consecutive double for Escobar. And I'm telling you, he smoked that ball, hit the bag, and I saw the umpire on the ground. He goes down and in, and boy, he drops the head in this ball. Watch it hit the base. Umpire trying to jump out of the way, and he falls down, but it was a fair ball that caught the bag. Right off the top of the bag, and it'll go second and third. So now opportunity to cut into the lead for Minnesota. Pretty good numbers against Bieber, huh? For only facing him twice.
Logan Morrison struck out looking in the first. He walked in the third. When Bieber walked him in the third, it was a similar situation in that he had first base open with 2 outs. I don't know that he was working around him, but once he fell behind, he was definitely not going to just give in to him. And then he got Dozier to fly out to end the inning. Different scenario here with only 1 out. Fastball fouled away, 1-1. Foul first base side. And now Bieber ahead in the count 1-2. Just missed outside with that fastball, trying to tempt Morrison. The thing about Morrison, his batting average is not good, and obviously strikes out a lot, but he takes his walks. He's one of those guys who you would think with the amount of walks that he has, his eye would be better. He'd maybe get himself in a better count, swing at better pitches, whatever the case may be, but it hasn't added up, not this year anyway. 2-2. Swung on and missed. He got him, fooled him with a breaking ball. And that's 5 Ks now for Bieber, 2 down in the inning.
Well, it comes at the right time, too. He needed a strikeout. He gets him to expand his zone. Now, this is where you want the breaking ball with 2 strikes, almost on top of home plate. And he got him to chase it. So there's the good curveball. Bounces into the dirt and puts him away. He gets the swing. So out number 2 and a chance to escape now.
Brian Dozier 0 for 2 today. Called out on strikes to end the first. Fly to right in the third. Slow chopper. Did that stay? No, I guess it stayed foul. I thought it came back and hit the bag.
It almost did.
Boy, that was close.
It came back to the right to fair territory once it got past Rosario at third base, and Ramirez he did the right thing. Watch it. If the ump's not in the way, you'll see it. With this bounce here, it really came back almost into play, just missing. Went around it, went around the bag.
Ground ball to Lindor. Waits back. Throws him out. Bieber does a great job to get out of the jam. Twins strand him at second and third. They're 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position. And Dozier now 1 for his last 30.
Let's go drive! Let's go drive!
Bottle, and he's got a little mother's milk for himself.
Having fun. Good. Nice job.
Don't mix them up, though. Home half of the 5th on a hot summer day here in Cleveland. I guess it's not officially summer. Got 4 more days, but 88 at game time. Although the scoreboard says it's 46. What do you think?
It does not. Where is that?
Look to the left of the Twins.
Oh, it does. It is. There's a glitch. I think it overheated.
Actually, on the field, it is 105 degrees. Remember when it was an old article? Don't look
How
over
would
here.
you know?
I know
You
because I was
stop
down there and I
saying
got
that.
people. You can't tell on me while I'm working.
You have people? Is that what you just said? You have people?
He's up in air conditioning.
He's up in the suite, isn't he? It's a little better than 46.
Oh, he's hugging and kissing babies right now.
According to the Weather Channel, it's currently 91 degrees downtown Cleveland. Whew. Love it. After the April we endured,
yeah,
I said we would not complain when it got hot. We're not going to.
No, absolutely not.
Ramirez looks at a ball in the dirt. He began the day 3rd in the league in homers, 5th in runs batted in.
Well, the way it's gone today for Odorizzi, that 3rd time through the lineup, he's had a 389 batting average and given up 9 home runs. This looks like it could be his last inning. Very much so with the pitch count. So we'll see if the Indians can try and get some more on him before he leaves.
Well, you said 5 innings is about the extent of which he's been able to pitch this year.
I think anything over 5, it's almost like a bonus.
And pops him up. He has to be somewhat frustrating for the Twins because, you know, he throws all these pitches and he kind of nibbles, but if not for the bases clearing double, he keeps you in the game. You know, it's not like they put up 8, 9 runs on him, which you would think that would be the end result of how he's pitched here today.
Well, he never likes to give in, but you know, they were able to get him from Tampa this winter. After he won his arbitration case, they made a trade for him.
Edwin appeals to first, and the umpire said he did not go.
The key for him, and I think it's something that he does do, you keep it out of the middle of the plate.
Yeah.
You know, he works the edges, and if he misses in off the plate or off and away. And, you know, let's see how many hitters want to get themselves out sometimes when you're facing him.
Edwin took a big hack, missed his fastball. He's just 2 for his last 21 at the plate.
Well, you mentioned it yesterday, coming off the ankle injury. When he hurt it on the road trip, he just hasn't been the same.
This is going to get out of play behind home plate.
I'd like to send out a happy birthday wish to Dory Lentz of Mayfield Heights, who is turning 90 today. Happy birthday, Dory.
90 degrees for her 90th birthday.
Yes, indeed. I bet she's in the cool comfort of air conditioning.
Maybe that 46, maybe that's Celsius.
Yeah. I would believe that if we were playing Toronto.
Strike 3 called. Perhaps a bit generous. 5th strikeout for Odorizzi, 2 down on the inning. Our mid-game recap brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Minnesota got on the board first. 3 batters into the game. Eduardo Escobar's double made it 1-0. Indians tied it in the 2nd. Tyler Naquin with an opposite field RBI single, scoring Lonnie Chisenhall. And then Yan Gomes cleared the bases with a 3-run double in the 3rd. Lonnie Chisenhall tripled to lead off that 2nd inning. Came around to score their 1st run. Walked and scored in the 3rd.
Another thing I will say about Odorizzi, when he's pitched for Minnesota, his run support is as low as you can get. They haven't scored for him a whole lot, so he's out there battling, probably trying not to give up any runs whatsoever. 2 runs in support is the most, and that's twice in his last 6 starts. So maybe that's why he's out there, you know, nibbling. They have 1 on the board, and they scored first today.
The 1-2 pitch. Lonnie digs it out, bloops it in, and a base hit. He is 2 for 2 today. And he's been on safely all 3 times.
That one got down around the trademark where he ends up shooting it the other way. Bloops it in there, base hit.
And up comes Yan Gomes. Gomes with 11 runs batted in the month of June. Leads the ball club. He also now has 5 doubles and 3 homers this month.
Well, keep it going. Double here could score Chiz.
Low and away. 3-0. With Tyler Naquin on deck, and they've got the left-hander Rogers ready in the bullpen, so this could be it. Ground ball on a 3-0 pitch. Only plays at first. And he dropped the ball, but they're going to call him out anyway.
I'll take a look at it. They may review it.
That's going to end the inning for the moment. We'll see if the Indians have the. Yeah, he was taking it out of his glove, so the call was correct. The question is, did Gomes get the foot on the bag? Is it worth a challenge here? I don't think so. I don't think the Indians are even going to bother. We'll wait it out to see what Tito ultimately decides to do. Oh, he is going to challenge. All right. So the question is, Arch, do you think they're challenging whether Gomes beat the throw, or if maybe Maurer, they don't feel, had control of the ball?
Yeah, I think he was out. I don't know. See, that foot's not there, so that again is borderline. And I didn't see Tito talking to him about anything as far as what to look for, but I don't know if can you challenge if he had possession of it? It's a quick one. So he must be out. Yeah.
So the call stands, and the inning is over. And the Indians lead it 4-1 through 5. for this year's event. And don't forget, there's coming up Wednesday, we got the day game against the White Sox. After the game that night, a celebrity bartending event right here at the ballpark down in the corner, in the right field corner. It's going to be a great event following the game Wednesday against the White Sox. Lots of Indians alumni are going to be in attendance, serving up the drinks.
Yeah.
We've Carlos Baerga, Sandy Alomar. We're even going to have Rajay Davis is going to be down there.
See Greg Swindell. Some guys in getting ready for Thursday's golf outing.
Popped up foul out of play. So hope to see you out here after the game on Wednesday for that great event. Robbie Grossman has his second hit today. Just slapped it the other way. Time for a game break. Here's Al Pawlowski.
All right, Matt, Rick, let's head out to Chicago where the White Sox are hosting the Tigers. Right now, the hottest team in the Central. They've won 4 in a row. Nicholas Castellanos, the 2-run homer here, is 9th of the year in the first. Put Detroit ahead 2-0. White Sox, with Davidson's solo homer, have cut it in half. 2-1 now, bottom of the third inning in the Windy City, fellas.
Could use a little wind right about now. A breeze. Max Kepler 0 for 2. He smashes one into right field. Oliver Perez getting ready in a hurry in the Cleveland bullpen.
Well, the first hit was a breaking ball. This might have been a changeup. It was only 86. Looked like a changeup that stayed up, and he was able to pull it in the hole. Carl Willis is going to come out of the dugout and have a talk to him and give Perez a chance to get ready, because he'll get ready for the left-hander that's on deck.
Well, if this means anything, when he ran out of gas in Minnesota, he was at 88 pitches. That's when they yanked it. He's at 80 pitches here today. It was in the 6th inning. He had 2 outs and he gave up the back-to-back home runs. And so we're in the 6th inning again. So for whatever reason, you get to this point in the game and maybe he just starts to tire a little bit.
And that's what I was going to ask Arch. This is the second time it's happened. And last year, his pitch count was basically 85. This year, they've let him get up to about 100. There's obviously a difference in what he does in the minors to here. Am I wrong in saying that?
No, you're right. I mean, 85 down in the minor leagues, you know, it doesn't translate up here. It's a lot tougher up here with the lineups you have to navigate your way through. You know, and he did a nice job to get out of last inning. And again, you're seeing where he may be tiring. He's got to go through the lineup now for the 3rd time, which he's going through. But, you know, the secondary pitches have got to be there for him.
In there for a strike.
I'm trying to look at my card today and figure out how many hits he has on the breaking ball today, the slider or off-speed pitches compared to his fastball.
Oh, gets away, and now the runners advance. Now you got Grossman at 3rd, Kepler at 2nd.
Yeah, and that takes away the double play, unfortunately. So there's that the curveball that's down, and Jan couldn't keep it in front of him. It skips by him, goes to the screen, so both runners move up.
Now the 1-1. Tied him up. Good pitch. Fastball. And ran it upstairs. He's got Garver in the hole. Garver just kind of slapped a single to right field back in the 2nd inning. He was called out in the 4th. Back to even at 2-2. He wouldn't chase after that curveball.
Not that time.
Twins have 10 hits on the afternoon, but Bieber to this point has held them to just 1 run. A foul right back. Got a piece of that on the fastball.
See, he was just trying to foul that thing off, and he did. Sure, this will be Bieber's last hitter.
It's the 4th inning in which the Twins have had 2 hits in an inning against Bieber. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. 1 down here in the 6th, and that is the 6th strikeout for Shane Bieber.
Let's look at the sequence. To Garber, it's a fastball away for a strike. He missed with the curveball. It got to the screen. The runners moved up. He elevated a heater, and then he wouldn't chase the breaking ball, and got him with a fastball that he fouled off, and then come back with a good breaking ball. Nice.
Foul right back.
Here it is. Hey, here we go.
Ray Adrianzo 1 for 2 on the afternoon. He had a single back in the 2nd inning. He flied to right in the 4th. Slaps it the other way, but it's foul down the left field line. Adrianza, who hails from Venezuela, signed with the San Francisco Giants when he was 16 years old. Then in 2008, when he was playing in their Arizona League ball club, Omar Vizquel was with the Giants at the time, and he was in Arizona rehabbing his knee. And even he was impressed with the soft hands of Adrianza. A lot of people felt like this guy could potentially develop into a Gold Glove defender at shortstop. What a godsend, though, he has turned out to be for the Twins when Jorge Polanco was suspended for 80 games, that they were able to just plug him right in there.
Yeah, he fits in, and you have Escobar that could have played short, moves to third.
Swung on and missed. Oh, did he go up the ladder? Back-to-back strikeouts for Bieber in the clutch.
Well, he ended up going upstairs where he was able to get him to swing at a pitch that is out of the zone. That's youth that's trying to get those runs in. So Bieber's day is over.
Bieber goes 5 2/3 innings. He strikes out 7, and he'll go off to a nice ovation in his Progressive Field debut here this afternoon. The Cleveland Clinic call to the bullpen has been made. It's left-hander Oliver Perez coming on when we come back. Twins have runners at second and third, 2 down. And left-hander Oliver Perez coming on to face Joe Mauer, who is 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored. 8th appearance of the year for Perez. Gave up his first run as an Indian in yesterday's ball game. And that came thanks to a Logan Morrison RBI double. Paul Molitor making another move as he's going to send Taylor Motter into the game, and he will run for Robbie Grossman at third.
For Minnesota, pinch running at third base, number 45, Taylor Motter.
Big hitter in the ball game right here. Getting this out and keeping it a 4-1 ball game.
And a first pitch fastball strike is called a ball for some reason. That one's called a strike, and now Joe Mauer kind of looks at the umpire cockeyed. 1-1 to count with 2 down, second and third here in the 6th. Fastball paints the outside corner. And again, Mauer has words with the home plate umpire.
Well, he comes out and he fires that fastball. You know? Says it hit the zone.
Got him looking. Now Mauer's really unhappy. Oliver Perez in the clutch strikes out Joe Mauer to end the inning. The Twins strand 2 men in scoring position, and it's still 4-1 Cleveland.
Fastball, it wasn't called a strike on number 1. Then he throws the breaking ball outside corner. Fastball, that was close, but it was called a strike. And this one, another breaking ball. So he went 2 fastballs, 2 breaking balls, gets the call out, and ends an inning. And that was a huge out for the Indians.
New pitcher is Taylor Rogers. Left-handed is 27 years old, out of Colorado. Taylor Motter stays in the game. He takes over in right field. Tyler Naquin will lead it off. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI single.
Rogers pitched 2/3 of an inning on Friday night. Gave up 3 hits and a couple of runs. Gave up a home run coming to Yan Gomes.
They're telling us that Robbie Grossman was taken out of the game when Taylor Motter went in to run for him at third base. It was because Grossman was suffering from heat illness. Escobar can't get to it.
Well, Andre said it was hot down there on the field.
If it makes you feel better, I'm down here.
I see you.
Look at it. See right here, I got it. That's how I'll figure everything out. 104, 105 degrees down here on the field right now.
There you go.
Don't look at what they have on the scoreboard.
I don't believe that.
Naquin fouls it off. And Tyler goes fishing for it, strikes him out.
Dollar Dog Night will return Friday when the Tribe takes on the Detroit Tigers. They come in for a weekend series to close out this homestand. You can enjoy a pregame in the district. Stay after their game for a fireworks display. Visit Indians.com for your tickets.
Down low. Eric Gonzalez twice today has struck out swinging, making his 4th consecutive start. Yonder Alonso away from the team due to a family medical emergency.
Yonder is supposed to be back with the team tomorrow. He was here this morning, took a couple swings in the cage, but he will be activated tomorrow if everything stays as is.
All right, thank you, Andre. Down on strikes is Eric Gonzalez. Back-to-back Ks here in the 6th. Here's Rajay Davis. He's 1 for 2. He singled in the 2nd inning, grounded out in the 4th. Takes a pitch down low. Sends one sky high. Foul territory. And Escobar can't quite reach in that far. Needed a ticket to get that one. Tigers lead the White Sox 3-1 in Chicago. They're in the 4th inning. Kansas City leading Houston 4-2. They're in the 4th at Kauffman Stadium.
Trying to end that 10-game winning streak for Houston.
Oh, look out. There's one where the netting protected somebody. Kind of funny, though, that netting, that ball hit into the netting and then it just kind of scooted right down to the end of the netting and then flipped itself into the crowd. But by then it took a lot of the steam off.
Yes,
it was
did. They were ducking in the dugout. It was just above their heads.
And a swing and a miss. And it's a 1-2-3 6th for Taylor Rogers. He strikes out the side. Toyota dealers. Visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. And by the injury lawyers at Elk & Elk. Proud partners of the Cleveland Indians. Call 1-800-ELK, Ohio. Well, it has been a beautiful Sunday afternoon here at the ballpark. And on this Father's Day, Shane Bieber. 5 2/3 innings, 1 run allowed. Walked 1, struck out 7. Oliver Perez struck out Joe Mauer in a clutch spot to keep the Twins at bay, and they have really struggled today with runners in scoring position. It had been the Indians that couldn't buy a hit. Now it's Minnesota 1 for 10. And what's worse, if you're a Twins fan, in particular if you're Paul Molitor, you're 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position and 7 times striking out. So you're not even giving yourself a chance to get a run home.
That's how it goes nowadays. Hitting with runners in scoring position, it comes and it leaves. It can leave you in a hurry.
Breaking ball popped back out of play.
Off Bieber, they had 2 hits in an inning. 1, 2,
4 times.
4 times.
And I mean, the 6 innings that he pitched.
Right. The 5 2/3. So if you can't capitalize, he only gave up the 1 run. surrendering 10 hits.
And another key for him, unlike his counterpart today, he only walked 1. Odorizzi put 4 on base of his own doing. Center field, Naquin makes the catch.
Well, Eduardo Escobar has had some kind of afternoon. Breaking ball with a double the first time up. The second time up, he's plugging the gap in right center field. That was 100, and he hits the bag the third time up, down and in. And that's the league leader in extra base hits, folks. He has 3 doubles. Hasn't been around to score, but he did knock in the only run.
It has been almost 30 years since a Minnesota Twins batter collected 4 doubles in a game. Kirby Puckett, the last to do it, May 13th, 1989. Hard enough getting 4 hits, let alone 4 doubles.
Right. Yes.
And Oliver Perez threw it by him. It was low, bottom of the zone, 1-2. Oh, he took a little something off and struck him out. 2 down. Oliver's he's animated. He gives you different looks. Sometimes he gives you a completely different delivery.
Yeah, deception. He slows it down. He'll turn a la Luis Tiant. He's been around. His fastball's around 92. When he can spot that and locate it, and he can mess up the timing of a hitter. There's no question about it.
But I wanted to ask you about that because I think it was Logan Morrison yesterday. He kind of gave him that Louis Tiant look, and he doubled off the wall in center field. Almost hit it out of here. He hit it off the big wall, just to the left of center field. So as a hitter, Arch, does any of that stuff really matter?
No, you know why? You still have to throw a quality pitch. He threw a fastball right there that he smoked to center field. I don't care what you do. You could dance and everything before you throw the ball. If you don't throw a good pitch, the hitter's got a pretty good chance to knock it out of there. It may fool or mess with somebody's timing, but if you don't locate it, you're going to be in trouble.
Whether you're a hitter, a pitcher, a fielder, a manager, you're always looking for the edge, something that gives you maybe just a slight advantage.
Later on in the ball game, he came down and hit a triple to right field off Olsen.
And Oliver Perez has retired all 4 that he's faced. Stretch time in Cleveland, 4-1 Indians.
being Father's Day, there's always a lot of cool things of being a dad that come out. And for a lot of the ball players, it's seeing their kids in their own uniform.
It's special, man, especially, you know, when I first came over when we were in the playoffs, the World Series, that run, just seeing them in a Geyer jersey and seeing the pictures and, you know, my wife getting them ready for games and making special shirts for them with my number and my name. Just to see them in that, it's really cool, man, and it's hard to put into words, but it's just special.
It's pretty neat, and it's sometimes a little embarrassing walking through the grocery store and he's got a full uniform on, but it's the cutest thing ever, and you know, I'm glad he gets a kick out of it. I'm glad he likes baseball because he's around it a lot, and yeah, it's pretty special. It's not many kids you get to experience what the kids on this team do.
It's just nice to have him in the clubhouse. You know, not everybody gets to experience this environment, and you know, flying around the country, I try to bring him back hats from other teams and stuff. I don't let them wear it while we're playing, you know, that team, but you know, they know all the players, all the teams. You know, they're pretty cultured little boys.
(4-1) Cleveland as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's changed a lot, hasn't it? I mean, when you were playing, kids really weren't permitted. Like even Tito says when he was a kid, man, and when he went on a road trip, he had to have a jacket and a tie, and he wasn't allowed in certain areas. And
yeah, it's changed like everything, you know, in life has changed since back in those days. I mean, there was nobody allowed on the planes. If they went on the road, they went on commercial flights. I mean, we flew on commercial flights most of the time. There's a lot different. The kids should enjoy it, man. That's where their dads spend all their time, man, all summer long. They're on the road, and then even when you get home, you got to get to the ballpark early, and you don't get to see them that often.
I'm sorry, what happened to the father-son ball games? When did those go away? Didn't they used to? Because there's that
There
great
was
picture.
they were sponsored.
Okay.
You know, I think it was Equitable back then. You know, and they would get the old timers games is what you're talking about.
No.
Yeah, they bring the kids and stuff like that.
I think he's talking about the thing with Tito.
Yeah, the picture. There's a great picture of
the
Tito
little
and his
kids
father, right?
would come to the ballpark and they'd all be in uniform.
Didn't happen when I played.
That went away with the 60s.
I guess so. Yeah, that's how we aged things out. When Arch didn't play. Oh, that was the 60s.
Now the 0-2. Fouled right back. One ball and 2 strikes. Lindor grounded out, struck out, walked in the 4th.
Rogers last inning came out and struck out the side. Got Naquin, Gonzalez, and Davis. 1, 2, 3.
Big hop for Dozier. 1 away.
Well, the Tribe will take on the Tigers Saturday, and 12,500 fans will receive a batting practice jersey. That'll be courtesy of Discount Drug Mart. Pre-game in the district, presented by Miller Lite. Stay after the game for a fireworks show. Go to Indians.com for your tickets.
Big homestand here for the Indians. White Sox will be in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then the Tigers next weekend.
He gave those matchups for the upcoming series. It'll be Bauer and Covey tomorrow. Clevenger, Rodon, Kluber, and Lopez.
Off the plate. High chopper, do or die play. Dozier got to it, but he couldn't corral it. And Michael Brantley with an infield single. He's 2 for 4.
A multi-hit game for Michael. This it was hit off the plate so high, you figure I got to come get it, because if I wait back and let it bounce again, I'm not going to get him. He just pushed that ball really out of his glove. I don't think he could have caught it if he tried to. Look how he had his glove. That would have had to stick in there if it bounced up.
Paul Bollender is going to make a pitching change with 1 on, 1 out here in the 7th. And we'll be right back with the Indians up 4-1. Continues tomorrow at 7 a.m. Eastern on FS1 as Sweden takes on Korea Republic. Then on Fox, Belgium battles Panama at 10 Eastern, followed by Tunisia and England at 1. The FIFA World Cup Monday on Fox and FS1 are streaming all live on the Fox Sports app. And a huge moment at the World Cup just occurred. Mexico upsetting Germany. And the New York Times headline calls it a seismic event in the world of soccer. 1 on, 1 out. Jose Ramirez the batter and Matt Belisle.
Came on in last night's game in the 8th inning. Got the first 2 out and gave up 3 straight hits. And Ramirez was one of the guys that he retired.
Belisle, who started the season with the Indians, but really was not effective out of the bullpen. 6 earned runs in 10 2/3 innings. Went down to AAA, was pitching for Columbus, asked for his release, and then the Twins signed him. And it might be one of those things that you say, well, why would the Twins sign a guy who was really struggling like that? Well, they know him really well. I mean,
yes, he's pitched there for a few years.
They had him. He was a closer for a while. They probably figure, we can get him back in our fold. We know how to work with him. We can get him straight.
Something about veteran relievers that managers like, their trust. They know, what they can do. They may be he's on the downside of his career. He's pitching in hundreds of games, but you know what you're going to get.
Tito loved that Belisle. When we were talking about Belisle in spring training, the reason he brought him over Torres, he said he knew he would always be ready. He could put him in any situation. He wouldn't complain if he went 7, 8, 9 days without pitching. He wouldn't complain if he pitched every 3 days. That was the one thing that Tito kept saying is, I can trust him to be a good teammate and do whatever role I ask him to do.
The 2-1. At 38 years old, you got to still love it to be able to do what Belial does, which is, you know, pitch when asked as frequently or infrequently as it may be.
And be healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, the arm with as many innings as he's logged in his career. I mean, you know what? You got to make him rip the uniform off you. If you can still get outs, which he can do, maybe not like he once could, but still could help a ball club out, you stay there. He knows his career is coming to an end.
Runner goes, and the 2-2 fouled away. I thought one of the other reasons why the Indians latched onto him and ultimately ended up keeping him on the club when they did was that, you know, he pitched last year. He pitched in 62 games, and he did have the 9 saves. And yeah, there were times where it wasn't pretty, but that's a lot of usage from a guy at that age. And as you said, veteran, maybe a guy that can help. But
help other relievers, talk situations. You're there, you know, share some of the knowledge coming out of the bullpen that you have. Been with enough teams, you know hitters, you know different things.
I'm sure too that Tito would tell you that if the situation maybe was different, it could have worked with Belial. But when you've got other issues in the bullpen, such as injuries, and Andrew Miller went down, and then you've got some other guys.
You can only protect so many guys out of that bullpen.
Right. Brantley, let's see if he's off. He is. The 3-2 pitch is drilled foul.
Again, I think every time that we've seen a 3-2 count with Ramirez and Brantley's been on, he always starts the runner because you have that much confidence in Ramirez putting the ball in play.
He's going, and it's fouled again.
And Michael may be whistling in and say, don't be afraid to put it in play. It's a little warm out here.
Again, the runner goes, and the 3-2 is.
He didn't foul it off. He missed it.
I guess he didn't. I thought maybe he did the way he reacted, but he just went down. So
the ball almost hit him.
Brantley's at second with 2 down. He was trying to get.
Watch, he was getting out of the way. That ball almost hit him in the back leg. We saw that earlier this year, didn't we?
Well, it was. If it wasn't on this homestand, it was maybe in Chicago where he got hit on the back leg.
Yeah, that was in Chicago.
So Michael's at second. And with 2 down, Edwin the batter. 0 for 2 today. Fouled back. He's in the hole now, 0-2. Edwin now in his last 8 games, plus so far today, has 1 run batted in. And a foul right back. Now timeout. Catcher going to go out. Garver. You got him down on the count 0-2.
Well, they're obviously discussing how they want to go about this rest of this at bat. Even though you have first base open, Lonnie Chisenhall on deck, you just don't want to make a mistake with Edwin up here, and you don't want him to get that run home. Keep it a 3-run game there, down to 6 outs remaining.
In off the plate, ball 1. Ripped high, deep left, down the line, and caught. And the inning is over. 7 of the books. 4-1 Cleveland.
The Twins 4-1 thanks to Jan Gomes and his bases clearing double earlier in the game. Welcome back along with Jensen Lewis, Al Pulowski. Not only Gomes with the big hit today, but Shane Bieber, second major league start. He looked very good.
He joined some rare Cleveland Indians air from the pitching side. We'll tell you more about that on Indians Live postgame, but a huge 6th inning for him. I think he's earned himself another start.
Indians Live is brought to you by Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care. Join us right after the game for that. For now, back upstairs we go, and a new Indians pitcher, Matt and Rick.
Yeah, thanks, Al. The bullpen going to try to take it home. Oliver Perez, an inning and a third of perfect relief, and now Neil Ramirez comes on to pitch the 8th. He's got Brian Dozier, Taylor Motter, and Max Kepler due up.
I'll tell you what, Perez in that top half of the 7th inning threw 11 pitches, 10 of them strikes to set down the meat of that order. Rosario, Escobar, and Morrison. Great job there.
Not to mention he came on in the 6th inning with 2nd and 3rd, 2 down to face Joe Mauer and struck him out. Breaking ball from Neil Ramirez in for a strike, and it's 1-1. a little low. 2-2. Tigers lead the White Sox 3-1 in the 6th. Kansas City still holding to a 4-3 lead over Houston, also in the 6th inning in KC. Dozier down swinging. 1 for his last 31. Man, is he in some kind of funk.
The hitter
Go back last inning to Oliver Perez. That's the first out that he made, and that was ending the 6th. Then he came out and fired 10 strikes out of 11 pitches, getting Rosario, Escobar, and then Morrison. That was a big out. That 6th inning, 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs, getting Mauer to strike out.
The bullpen, since coming in, they've combined to throw 21 pitches, 17 strikes. So Ramirez picking up where Perez left off, and it's 0-2 on Taylor Motter. Say one thing for those light blue hats, they don't hide the sweat. Oh man, up and in. Motter able to get out of the way.
Well, it didn't look like he picked that ball up too well either.
The 1-2. Wow, just a bit low. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, it looked like Ramirez was walking off like he had it. He thought he might have had a strike, but it is a touchdown.
Touchdown, huh?
Yes.
2-2. Oh.
That's the 2nd straight time he did that. This one with the breaking ball now. Here's the good breaking ball. Oh, he thought he had one.
And the 3-2 is upstairs, ball 4.
to the plate now.
1-on-1 out, Max Kepler coming to the plate.
Center fielder Max Kepler.
Kepler a single his last time up. That's just his 8th hit in his last 61 at bats.
Well, Neil Ramirez has to regroup now. A couple close pitches didn't go his way, and he ended up losing Motter, and he had him down in the count. Get back up here and throw strikes.
Foul down the right side. 27,128. The attendance on this Father's Day here at Progressive Field. 88 at game time. Temperature up into the low 90s. Kepler fouls it back. It's 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch hit it the other way, but that's going to slice out of play. Twins are heading home after this one. They will open a homestand on Tuesday night against the Boston Red Sox. So play the Red Sox and then the Rangers over next weekend. Down at the feet, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. popped him up right at the plate. Second time today, Yan Gomes has had a batter foul out right there in the dirt portion of the circle, just behind home plate. And that'll bring up his counterpart, Mitch Garver, who is 1 for 3 today. Baltimore Orioles lead the Miami Marlins 9-4 late in that game. They are trying to snap a 9-game losing streak. Baltimore has already lost 50 games this year.
When does the sale begin there?
Ooh.
You know?
Well,
you got to think about it. They've got to try and get some young players for the free agents they have available if they're not going to sign them.
Ramirez throws out Garver, and the inning is over. So Neil Ramirez comes on with a scoreless inning of relief work. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 4-1 Cleveland. Minnesota, they still have had an impact on the game. Eduardo Escobar, 3 doubles and an RBI. They've held Rosario in check with just 1 single. But Shane Bieber was very good in his second major league start. 5 2/3 innings. He scattered 10 hits because he only allowed the 1 run, struck out 7. And the bullpen has been dynamite. New pitcher for Minnesota, their 4th of the day, left-hander Zach Duke. And for the Indians, it'll be Lonnie Chisenhall, Yan Gomes, and Tyler Naquin.
Duke, another veteran, appearing for the 32nd time. 2-2 record, 2.96 ERA.
And a slow breaking ball is in for a strike. He really slowed that one down. It's 0-2. He got him. 3 pitches, 1 down. Play of the game brought to you by Pat O'Brien Chevrolet. It was Yan Gomes back in the 3rd inning with the bases juiced, 1 out. And he slugged a 3-run double to center field. Gave the Indians their first lead in this series. And they've just put the chokehold on Minnesota ever since.
Yeah, he ended up getting a fastball down in his zone, and he drove it into left center field.
Stays fair. Escobar's throw is wide of the mark and into the seats, and Gomes will go to second. It'll be a straight air all the way.
Well, there you go. It's a routine ground ball. He takes it from the backhand, and the throw just brought him off first base. Mauer couldn't get off. It was a little wide right. Gets into the seats. So Gomes will end up on second base.
And Tyler
36th
Naquin
error for the Twins.
Tyler Naquin 1 for 3.
We got Geyer coming up.
Brandon Geyer is 2 for 9 as a pinch hitter on the year. The 2-1. Popped him up. 2 down. And that'll send Eric Gonzalez to the plate. He's 0 for 3 and has struck out all 3 times today.
Yeah, he could use a pick-me-up right here with a nice 2-out base hit for his own psyche, and the Indians could love to have one more insurance run.
Cody Allen loosening in the bullpen. He'll be ready to go. Right now it's a save situation. Out in front of it, and it's 0-2. Eric just seems a little overly anxious today. Swinging at everything, and he's down for the 4th time today on strikes. We go to the 9th. 4-1 Cleveland. Authority of the Cleveland Indians and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians. Well, the Indians lead it 4-1, 9th inning. And Cody Allen will try to close it out. Cody has saved 13 ball games so far this year. He's got the number 9 hitter and then the top of the order. Defensively in center field, Greg Allen is taken over now for Tyler Naquin.
And well, the bullpen to this point, covering 2 1/3 innings, done a beautiful job. They've thrown 34 pitches, 24 strikes, coming out to 71%. They've been on the mark.
Adrianza 1 for 3 on the afternoon. Cody Allen. Pitching in his 417th career game. Sneaking up on our buddy Gary Bill, who is 5th in club history with 419 appearances. Fastball in there for a strike. You know, it's kind of hard to believe when you think about the closer role that only Cody Allen, Kenley Jansen, and Craig Kimbrell have saved at least 30 games in each of the last 3 seasons. I don't know if that speaks to the turnover at the closer role or the lack of teams putting their closers in safe situations, but
no, if you're out there and you're a closer, you're going to get your opportunities with a chance to win a ball game. That's not easy to do, is what it tells me.
No, he walks the leadoff man. And now he'll go to the top of the order in Joe Mauer, and then he's got Eddie Rosario and Eduardo Escobar. So this could get hairy in a hurry. Mauer 1 for 4, doubled and scored way back in the first.
Tell you, they're letting him go at first base. I would take off to stay out of the double play. They're playing behind him. Mauer, a guy that he has definitely got to get hit into a double play. If they're going to give you second, you got to take it here.
And here's your double play. 4-6-3. You nailed it. I mean, they weren't holding him. All he had to do was take off.
You got to do that with a guy that can hit into double plays. He hits the ball hard, but it's right there. That's right. The Indians love it. You take it. For me, that was a mistake by Minnesota not running when they had a chance.
So 2 down for Eddie Rosario. And a foul back. He's 1 for 4 on the afternoon. A sun-drenched crowd of better than 27,000. Swung on and missed. It's 0-2. Some of them have sought the shadier parts of the ballpark to take refuge from the unrelenting sunshine today. Now the 1 and the 0-2. And a foul right back. Just a reminder, we're back with you tomorrow night. 7 o'clock, Indians White Sox. Our coverage will begin, as always, with Indians Live at 6:30. Cody, a long look in, out of the wide on the 0-2. Swung on and missed. He struck him out to end the game. And the Indians win it by a final score of 4-1. They avoid the sweep, and Shane Bieber gets his first major league victory. Cody Allen gets his 14th save of the season. With the win, the Indians are now 37-33. And the loss will send Minnesota back home to the Twin Cities 31-37. Jake Odorizzi will take the loss, and he's now 3-4 on the year. This was one of those grind them out, hard-fought victories. You knew it wasn't going to come easy against a Twins team playing with a lot of confidence. But that 3-run double by Gomes was just what the doctor ordered, right on time, and the pitching was outstanding.
It truly was. The bullpen came in and did 3 1/3 innings of great work today. And, you know, Tito's got to be happy. Bieber out there, he gets the start. He battled, worked his way through. And, you know, this is a young kid. Both starts have come against Minnesota. They did get 10 hits off him, but he grinded through it and did a nice job. Congratulations on his first win. And it was a win that the Indians, I think, desperately needed right here.
4-1 is the final. We'll have some final thoughts right after this.